Well, good afternoon. We're at New Leaf Hyperbaric and Massage, and that is the Hyperbaric Chamber. And you guys, this is Concussion Awareness Month. How do I know that? Matt told me. This is Matt McCarl with New Leaf. And so Concussion Awareness Month, how many of your patients are concussion patients?
Oh, it varies from month to month, but I'd say at least 20 or 30% depending on the month there again. And most of those are post MVA or motor vehicle accident. I would say maybe 5 to 10% of those are sports related as well, not just the MVA folks. So folks that are out there playing soccer, volleyball, hockey, those are all, high impact sports, so that a lot of those folks get concussions.
So Matt went out of the way and tell them who you are, Jeanette.
Jeanette Montague.
And tell them kind of what happened. What's going on with you?
So on the 29th we should start Memorial Weekend, because on Friday before Memorial Weekend, 2018, I bought a brand new little blue Nissan. I went to the coast on Sunday and returned to work on Tuesday, and I'm driving to work and there's a flash in my rearview mirror, and I look up to see the cow catcher of a semi in my rearview mirror. And he was so close, that was all I could see. And in the same instant, a deer stepped out from the center divider.
A deer?
And stopped in front of me. And I hit my brakes. And he hit me at 75 miles an hour. And I know now that I was unconscious for 4 seconds, in which time I traveled a quarter of a mile, hit the center divider twice, shattered my femur, my hip, my left patella, my right foot, 3 fingers, 3 ribs, and then launched into the air 100 feet and hit 2 trees head on, where I came to rest.
Wow. So the doctors, like Humpty Dumpty, put you back together again.
Yeah, I have a lot of titanium.
So you're a titanium woman.
I'm a titanium woman, yes.
But the problem was they put you back together, but you still felt like crap.
Oh, I couldn't do anything. They didn't even talk about traumatic brain injury. I mentioned to them that I had this huge lump on the back of my head, and they said, nah, don't be worried about it. There's nothing to be concerned about. They released me. I spent a month in rehab, another month getting able to walk, because I couldn't walk at all. I had 2 broken legs. And then I went out and bought a car again, and tried to return to work. I'm a farmer's insurance agent, so I run my own business. And I'd park the car and get out of the car and look at it at an angle and go, gee, who's parked that car? It wasn't me. And I was making severe mistakes at work with premium payment and just really struggling with brain fog. And Matt came up to me one day at Greeters and said, you have traumatic brain injury. I was like, no, I don't. I'm fine. He said, no, you're not. Come see me. And I did. And by my second visit, I was seeing improvement. I was seeing it more clear.
So I'm going to come back to you. So Matt, what does this do? Why does this work on stuff like that?
So as we've talked before, Rick, in the chamber, you're 11 feet below sea level, which allows that oxygen to get into your plasma. So we're putting 4 times the amount of oxygen in your body. And a wound needs oxygen to heal. And since your brain uses about 20% or more of the oxygen we breathe on a normal day, what oxygen is getting up to your brain is not necessarily being used to heal the brain. So when you have a wound in the brain as severe as Jeanette's, it needs a lot of oxygen to heal. And so since we're putting 4 times the amount in the plasma, allowing it 5 times farther into every cell, it starts working on that inflammation, starts helping that wound to heal, so things just start working better. I said it the other day on a radio interview, think of it like a circuit board and one of the chips gets broken. If nobody goes in and replaces that chip, the power can't flow through for all the processing to happen on that circuit board.
So difference. Tell me how life is. You come in how often? I know your appointment is on Friday.
My appointment's on Friday. I'm actually down to only come in twice a month now. But the first year I was coming in every week. The first 3 months or so I came in twice a week. And I was a little claustrophobic the first time, but determined to try it, and so impressed with the results by the second visit that I won't stop, ever. I'm a forever client.
So what does it do for you?
It heals scar tissue. It gives me energy or life. It gives me life. I mean, I would be sitting in a recliner, brain dead, with my doors shut, no business. My business is thriving at this point because I have the energy to work 60 hours a week and do all the things that you need to do when you own your own business.
Can you tell them how old you are?
I'll be 70 in July.
So you found the fountain of youth, huh?
I found the fountain of youth. Absolutely. Can I talk about the hair color?
You absolutely can.
This is not my first concussion. In 1976, I was struck in the driver's side door of my Volkswagen Bug by an Army ambulance, 3/4 ton with a canopy. I also had traumatic brain injury and a skull fracture here from childhood. My hair grew back a different color. So I had all the hair fell out of the back of my head after I fractured my skull. And it's all grown back in a different color. And it was my beautician that said, "What are you doing? You have all new hair." So, yeah, it actually heals old wounds.
So can you talk about also you, because you have some heart and liver. I mean, you're like a miracle girl.
Yeah, I am. I'm the poster child for hyperbarics, and I refer everybody to hyperbarics. So in 2002, I had heart, lung, and brain failure because of sepsis. And only 20% of my heart was beating when they sent me home to die. And I survived, and I got it up to 58%, but only half the amount of blood that I need is getting to my liver and kidneys. And they told me that my liver and kidneys would kill me before my heart would because they're going to fail. I recently found an incredible Chinese acupuncturist who is treating me with herbs, and now we're getting the blood flowing so that when I come in for hyperbarics, there's blood to move through that circuit because it wasn't flowing. My liver was so swollen and so diseased that I was really actually deteriorating, even in spite of the hyperbarics.
So what have you learned about healthcare? I think back in the days when you and I and Matt were younger, it was always you go to the medical doctor, you do your thing, but there's so much other stuff out there. I mean, what have you learned?
Well, I went to my medical doctor about 3 months after the accident because I was required to have a physical, and he got so panicky because I had so many injuries, he asked me to leave. There was absolutely nothing he could do for me. My physical therapist's one goal for me was for me to be able to get up and down off a toilet. That was it. That was his entire purpose.
And now you've been running and hiking and storming up mountains.
I made it to the top of Spencer Butte. I made it to the top of Pisgah. I do X3 resistance training. I swim. Walking is still painful. I still have some issues. I force myself to do it because it still hurts. My heel was shattered. But I'm doing a lot of activities that I wouldn't have done before.
So to people who are nervous, afraid, thinking, well, I just should do what my doctor. I had cancer, so I understand you don't always do what your doctor said. I've had acupuncture and all kinds of stuff. So blend it, mix it, find out. You're your own advocate, right?
Yes, absolutely. Search, find out what else is out there, and absolutely get in that hyperbaric chamber. I tell a friend who's claustrophobic, it's like being in an airplane seat with a blanket and a pillow, and you get to lay all the way down. It's no worse. The pressure on your ears is just like going up in an airplane, and the only difference is you get to be comfortable as compared to being on a plane.
So you guys, this is what I've done it, and I have a little bit of claustrophobia. I had nothing. I mean, I laid in there, and it's the most relaxing thing. I kind of felt high when I came out.
Yeah, well, and they give me a fan because sometimes I sleep in there. Sometimes I wake up and think I'm not breathing, even though I'm getting oxygen, and the fan makes the difference for me.
Well, I think you have a lot of fans now.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
So Matt, what else is this known for, like treatment for treating? Because I think people would think, okay, now traumatic brain injury, but
So there's over 80 different conditions they found that it helps with stuff like Alzheimer's, autism, wound healing, of course, inflammation. I think we spoke to multiple times at an hour, and there's like taking 40 Motrin or say 12,000 milligrams of ibuprofen as far as anti-inflammatory relief. Detoxing the body helps with leveling out some blood sugar issues for diabetics, stroke recovery, all kinds of stuff. There's so many things out there that people suffer from, but there's only so many hyperbaric chambers in the world that they takes so long to do studies on everything that it's kind of hard to really pinpoint everything it actually is useful for.
So Matt has plans that you can come down. You can they'll figure out a way to make this work for you. You can buy these, and Matt will help you put that in your home, or you can rent them, and you can just have it right there. So like people going through cancer treatment, here's something you could put in your home and use when you need it, not having to wait for an appointment or drive somewhere. It could just be, and you only need it. Say you need it for 3-4 months, you can do that, and Matt has all that stuff available, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We have multiple rental programs and purchasing options. This is the largest chamber, by the way, Rick. We have 3 other sizes, so and as they get a little bit smaller, of course, the price is a little bit less. And renting, it's awesome. We have another client over in Sisters right now that I'm getting ready to go over and pick up the chamber probably in 2 months or 2 weeks, unless they decide they're going to purchase it, because a 17-year-old girl over there who had 5 concussions in the last 2 years her light switch just came on for her like 2 weeks ago. Mom said after doing a month and a half of Hyperbarics and a couple other therapies for her brain that they were struggling with because she just wasn't getting better until they added the Hyperbarics in.
So what have you learned about healthcare, your life? Give us a parting shot.
I take care of my own health. I don't rely on a medical doctor to say, this is what you need to do. I make sure that I get out and look and see what's available. There's so much other than just Western medicine out there. Acupuncture, chiropractic, herbs, hyperbarics, just exercise. Sometimes just exercise makes all the difference in the world. Be your own advocate. Make sure you do everything that you can do to be healthy. Don't just listen to the medical doctors and take pills. I got off my heart medication too since I've been doing this. Yeah, I'm not taking any medications.
Seriously?
Seriously. Yep.
So you don't have guts at all.
No. I drove a taxi cab for 10 years. You learn to be a little tough.
Yeah. Matt, thank you. So you guys give them a call, and you guys the people at the desk can talk to people about what programs.
Absolutely, yeah. And not only is it Concussion Awareness Month, Rick, but it's also St. Patrick's Day, right? So the 18th, some folks are going to need to recover. So we're actually doing, if you want to or feel that you might overindulge a little bit because St. Patrick's Day is a Tuesday and you still need to work Wednesday afternoon, feel free to make an appointment with us now for the 18th. Get in early, and it's 30% off that day for a recovery from St. Patrick's Day partying.
And oh God, that is such a great idea. So the other thing is veterans.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're working really hard with the Roseburg VA. They actually contacted us about 1.5 years, 2 years ago to be in network with them. And we're actually in network with the Roseburg VA. We just need to finish up a couple little loopholes with Tri-West to be in network with them so that this can all get covered for veterans. That's something we're working really hard on. There's a lot of things that we have to work through, stacks and stacks of paperwork, but we're getting there.
Is that for PTSD and stuff like that?
PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, wound healing, all, pretty much anything that they can get their veteran doc to okay, we would be able to help them with.
All right. Matt, thanks. Jeanette, thank you. It was so nice meeting you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you too. It's been fun.